Hello everyone and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Now there are lots of accidents that could be avoided if people were more careful. So today we'll be speaking to Liz Brooker of the London Road Safety Council on how you can be safer on the roads. We also have Browne who'll be talking about how your name can help us to find the positives in our life. And we also have fitness expert Jane Wrafter who'll be speaking to us about our personal fitness regime. Also, we have a lovely treat because I'll be speaking to singer-songwriter Charlene, who will also be performing for us at the end of the show, and I will be answering one of your questions. But first of all, we have the dynamic duo, as I like to call them. We have Ian and Helena with the news.
I feel like saying kapow to that.
Yeah, well, you just did.
We just did.
Yeah. How are you both?
Very well. Very good.
Always good. Always good.
Good,
always
good.
ready to see you. Always ready to give to dish the goss.
Okay, tell us then, what's been going on in celeb and royal
So,
world?
well, we just have to say happy wedding anniversary for yesterday to our lovely Queen and Prince Philip. 67 years.
Wow.
Amazing, isn't it?
Wow.
67 years. 20th
Gosh.
of November 19... Have I got that right? 1947.
Please don't ask me to do sums. At this time,
Did you see it?
when I'm hungry.
Did you see it on television?
Amazing. And we've got some lovely photos when they got married on that day as well.
Oh.
Brilliant, part of our collection. But anyway, just,
that's
just
And it's
amazing.
strange
They're
because
really beautiful.
we're actually researching what happens to the royal family at Christmas, because we thought we'd do a Christmas special with you on what the royal family do at Christmas.
Oh, thanks for informing me about that. Okay.
I'll give it all away now.
No, I'm not going to give it all away. I'm not
All
going to give it
away
away.
now.
But it was just something that you noticed.
What do they do at Christmas?
Well, on Christmas Day, the Queen never normally has breakfast. She has toast in bed. She has tea and toast in bed, and she throws the toast to the corgis.
Oh.
And the Duke has a normal breakfast, but on Christmas Day, she apparently has got a love of sausages, the Queen. And so
Do the nicknames.
absolutely. And so the other day we were sort of talking about this, and we suddenly realised that's where the nickname came from, because there's two nicknames for the Queen from the Duke. One is cabbage and one is sausage.
Oh.
So that's where it sort of first came from.
Oh,
Well, there's some
okay.
interesting
There you
facts.
go.
Anyway, but we'll talk about that at a later time.
All right, we'll have our
Later
Christmas
time on
special
that.
on the royal
It
family.
interests us anyway, Chrissy.
It does.
So what about the cabbage?
Keep us going. Don't know about cabbage.
I don't know about
Oh,
cabbage.
please, can you do
Perhaps
your
you-
research?
I love
perhaps-
cabbage. That's what I do
Perhaps
know.
you used to watch
Maybe
what was
Prince
that?
Philip loves cabbage.
What was that TV program? Oh, Crackerjack, wasn't it? You
Yeah, I do remember that.
I do
Remember
remember it.
Crackerjack? And if you lost everything, you got the cabbage.
Oh, did you? Oh, I don't remember that bit.
But anyway, let's
Moving
move on.
swiftly on.
Well, very excited because Paul Cummins, as we know, who did the Blood, Sweat, Lands and Seas, the poppies, ceramic poppies, is going to be given an OBE on New Year's Eve, which is which is
nice.
fabulous, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm really,
that's good
really
for him.
pleased.
Yeah.
Well,
he did a great job, didn't he?
Amazing job.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And you
So-
saw the end of it. We went to see it the other day.
Oh, did you go?
I went again, yeah, and because they're taking so many up now, and it doesn't give the full impact. You didn't go afterwards.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
previously.
I went while they were doing it. Well, I think it was like
Yeah.
maybe probably a
But
quarter
because
way
everyone's
done.
purchased a poppy, so they're taking them up quite quickly and sending
Okay.
them out now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, very pleased for Paul Cummins. Bob Geldof has released Band-Aid 30.
Yeah.
So that's quite exciting. But it's caused a huge
So
amount of
there's
controversy.
all sorts of things
There
coming out now.
has.
I mean, everybody seems to be releasing Christmas number ones. At the moment.
Christmas number ones?
Yeah, no, the children in need have created their own Christmas special as well, and there's loads of these Christmas specials suddenly coming out.
They're all trying to get.
They're all trying to get to
place,
number one,
obviously.
so it's a bit strange, but there you go.
But-
And of course, it is causing controversy now because a lot of people are sort of saying, "Is this a good idea or not?"
Is this Band-Aid 30?
Yeah.
To do.
So it's
I mean,
there's
it's going
two
to
sides
cause
of opinion.
loads of controversy, isn't it? Because it's to raise funds for Ebola,
Mm-hmm.
and certain people have pulled out because they think it's a bit patronising. There are other people that have got a different thought that if everyone paid their taxes, they probably could raise more than the money that they've made, which is a bit, But it's,
Yeah, but how do you
I
do
don't,
that?
I think it's about. I think if they raised money and then it was split for different charities, maybe. So there's like a pot that would be quite good because
No,
there's
but that's a
loads
good
of
idea,
great.
actually.
Yeah, because there's loads of other charities and people are thinking, well, what about me or what about all, family
Yeah.
and what have you. But anyway, I mean, I think his first one
Bob
he
Geldof
did.
was saying when he gave that speech, I would say
Oh.
on X
one where
Factor, he was saying like, you know, it could be anyone's problem basically, because it could be a mother in the UK, because it could be a worldwide thing.
Could
If it's
spread.
not, but
So
I mean, it happens.
But
You
I
know.
just don't know.
It's very difficult with all these things, you know, because obviously last time there was a controversy. You were both too young to remember, but I remember the first one coming out, and there was a lot of controversy afterwards about, you know, was the money well spent? And,
do you know what? Bob Geldof got that together in 48 hours, which is amazing.
Yeah.
To think he called up all the friends and said, come on, Rallying. Got it produced, out, made a fortune. So, I mean, that is commendable.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Well, his heart's in the right place, isn't it? At the end of the
It's
day, he's trying
positive,
to help.
It's positive,
Yeah.
more than anything.
So, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Has everybody started watching? Yay!
Do you know what?
I'm talking about
you don't
me.
mean here. You don't mean here.
Do you know what? I sort of flicked and I was on the channel and I thought, you know what? I can't be bothered this year. I don't know what it is.
I think so. Maybe
I think I'm fed up of watching people eating insects and
I think the
touching
problem
snakes
is, I mean, because
Yeah.
again, there's 2 and 4 from it, but you know, I must admit, you know, I'm on the side of people thinking, why put yourself through all that? I don't even really find it funny, if I'm honest. You know,
well, there's people appealing, isn't there? Because it's cruelty to animals, insects.
It's still got it, but
things.
I just think, you know, it's almost you know, people losing their dignity, and I never think that's a good
But there's an
idea.
awful lot of people that enjoy watching
But
it.
I think
Yeah.
people go on there thinking that's not going to happen
Bit
to them.
Bit
Yeah.
of fame.
But
And they
especially
do.
people that are sort of not doing so well in the public eye, or they're not,
Yeah.
not
It
really
does
spoken
raise
about
pro-
anymore.
profile.
It does,
no
yeah.
matter what.
Even if it's bad press, I suppose it's better than no press sometimes.
No, absolutely.
But
right,
it's
you know.
and Gemma Collins from The Only Way Is Essex has left, as we know. But she's been found out because she obviously planned it, which sounds awful, but she's supposed to be hosting something which is for plus size models in a few
Well,
days'
that's
time.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Lawyers, allegedly. We don't know.
Anyway,
we don't
please
know.
don't get me into trouble.
We don't know that for
See,
sure.
but that did
But
make
allegedly,
me laugh. It did make me laugh.
you know, she may be doing something else as well.
Yeah,
so
she may be.
you know, but
So if you got invited on there, Ian, you wouldn't go?
do you know,
He would so not go, I'm telling you now.
I've done some strange
He likes
things
his
this year.
cups of tea and Fortnum
do
and
you know,
Mason.
well, I think the worst thing I've done this year was I had to do something for Israeli television. And this young lady got me the booking,
so
and I
funny.
had to
You played it
pretend to be
very well.
the Queen's butler.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
It was for
Please
the great,
God,
it's called the Great
it's never
Race.
seen in the UK.
It will be.
That's all I can say.
In fact, I'll get a clip and we'll show
Yes,
it,
please.
shall
Yes,
we?
please. Yeah, definitely.
So
Not
funny.
for Christmas. Oh,
It's really funny.
I'd die.
You would love it.
Oh.
It was funny, wasn't it?
It was funny. It was funny.
Funny.
Oh, I
but,
look forward to seeing that.
Oh. So it's November. It's November and everyone's growing their beards. Well, men are growing their beards, and I think women are supporting them.
If you're a Greek woman, maybe you're growing your beard.
Exactly.
Women are hoping they're not going to.
Oh, dear. So we've got lots of stars: David Beckham, George Clooney, Robert Pattinson, lots of them. So it's raising money and awareness for men's health, which is great. Is your husband?
And one of the things
No, I do like a little goat on him actually, but no,
Oh,
it's
you
nice.
should
It's doing his clean
convince
shave in
him.
November.
Oh.
One of the things I am pleased about more than anything is James Blunt. James Blunt, for the past few weeks, has been doing his own column as an agony uncle, agony aunt.
That's in the Metro, isn't it?
And it was, but it caused all sorts of problems because he was saying, I couldn't believe it. The first week I saw this column and I thought, I can't believe he is saying this, because he was sort of saying that if women don't do exactly what men want, dump them.
Oh,
And you can now
I
he
have
was
to
saying
have been
he
not
was saying
real.
afterwards that this was just his sense of humour. He didn't really mean it, but the absolute controversy that this created, the fallout was that they were getting hundreds of emails were saying, "How dare you ever sort of say anything like this at all?"
So James Blunt was being blunt.
James Blunt was being
But
very
overly
blunt.
blunt.
Overly blunt, I
Overly
think.
blunt.
So,
It's a bit naughty. So
and
he's
now
left that.
He's now
he's
given up.
given up, has he?
Yeah,
Funnily
Read
enough.
anything.
Can you imagine it? Can you imagine? So
dear.
he's left this post now. He sort of said it was only for a month.
Oh,
And then,
surprised it lasted that long.
I know, absolutely. So saying things like that. But,
Oh. So Gwyneth Paltrow and her
Gwyneth
geek
Paltrow
lifestyle
is in
brands.
financial problems right now. Well, she's not allegedly.
Not really.
Oh, shit, she's-
It's to do with Goop's
Well, what
her
happened?
lifestyle brand, and she's lost 1 million on it. But instead of giving it up, I think she's got some lawyers to come in and try and help her improve the brand's image. But I mean, she really appeals to the wealthy, because I think she had something on there which was, in fact, sausages or something. But these sausages were like nearly £50.
You see, it's that Queen again. It's that Queen.
I mean, you know, who's going to be going out and buying £50 sausages? I mean, it's obviously for people with money. So this is probably where she's gone wrong on her.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We should have done the research a bit better.
I know.
Tom Cruise at the moment is allegedly, we're going to use a lot of that tonight,
is.
allegedly.
Just have it on the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
Everything they're saying
Can I have
is
it taped across my forehead
allegedly.
tonight? Allegedly tonight. But apparently he's found a new love. A lady called Miranda
You're not
Kerr.
impressed,
I'm not impressed.
You're not.
But,
Miranda Kerr is
yes.
Orlando Bloom's ex-wife.
Yes.
Anyway, just thought I'd mention
Are you sure
that.
they're together? Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
According to our sources in Hollywood.
She's 31 and he's 52, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, there we go.
But
And Kate Moss's
Tom
little
Cruise.
Tom Cruise, I know. He's got no
What are you gonna do with
time.
him, eh?
He's got no time for a woman. He works 24/7.
I know, he doesn't have time for a woman.
He doesn't. And
He doesn't.
just quickly,
How much
have we got
time
time?
does a
No,
woman
I have
need?
to go to
be
the
fair?
break.
I could still feel this. Can we just say I'm really looking forward to Paddington Bear the movie. It's coming out really soon.
all right.
And we're all going to be
Only 'cause she
making
wants to go
marmalade
there.
sandwiches.
Okay.
Marmalade sandwiches.
All right.
Marmalade sandwich.
Thanks for that, Helena. Thank you
right,
so
okay.
much.
No problem.
And we'll see you again next time
You
on
will
the show.
indeed.
Thank you.
Thank
All right, so
you.
do stay tuned, because after the break we'll have on Liz Brooker from the London Road Safety Council to talk to us all about road safety.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. Now we're going to speak about road safety in just a little while, but first of all, let's go to this fitness tip with Jane Wrafter on your own personal fitness regime.
Hi guys, I want to talk to you today about your own personal fitness regime, because what can happen very often, and I see this a lot in people that I work with and clients that I work with, you can get stuck in a particular fitness rut. So for example, someone might enjoy running and swimming and they do that regularly, they feel fit, they feel fabulous, but they're not getting the full benefit and a holistic view of their fitness. So perhaps maybe they've got poor posture, because a lot of runners tend to get forward shoulders, forward chin, and sometimes a weak core. People who do a lot of running get a lot of tightness, they can't touch their toes. So if they were to do something like Pilates or yoga, it would be a really great balance with the running or the cycling or the swimming. And a lot of people who run find it really difficult to slow down, and equally people who normally do slow exercise have a bit of a fear of raising the heart rate and doing some cardiovascular. But I really urge you to have a little think and have a look at your regime and try and get a good balance, and try not to be fit in just one specific way. So get out and try something different. Okay, see you next time.
Thank you very much, Jane. Now let's go to some street chats where we asked the people of London what they thought about road safety.
Today I've come down to Oxford Street to ask you drivers how much you consider road safety for yourself and others whilst you're on the roads. Do you think people should consider others when they're driving, like road safety, a little bit more?
Definitely.
In what way?
Just slow down, you know, not get distracted by radio and all that kind of stuff.
Watch out for other vehicles, people. I drive mainly at night for a living.
Drive slowly, to have my seatbelt on, and, you know, cautious, to be cautious.
I would say don't drive your dad's car when you're young. No, I would say, Yeah, definitely. Like, if you get to that point where you're feeling quite tired and it's late, then either stop driving, take a rest, or get a coffee or something, and just wake yourself up a bit.
Okay, so some valid points then. I'd like to introduce now Liz Brooker, who is a road safety expert. Hello, Liz.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Very good.
So you're going to give us lots of advice today.
I hope so.
And we're not just thinking about the obvious things, because you've got other stuff to talk to us about, which maybe we don't really think about when we're on the road. So how long have you been doing this, first of all? It's been a while, hasn't it?
I knew you'd ask that. 30 years. I started when I was 10.
Oh, very good. So what made you so interested in it in the first place?
Is it really bad to say to start with it was a job and then it became a passion?
Oh, really?
And now it's really difficult not to get passionate when you hear and see children. We had the accident in Doncaster at the weekend where 5 young people lost their lives, and even saying it now after 30 years of dealing with collisions and road safety, it still sends goosebumps because I've got children of that age, so it just becomes so personal.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's help the viewers then, obviously everyone that's watching, me too. So what would you say are the main things that we should watch out for when we're on the road?
At this time of year, we've just changed the clock, so any drivers would be noticing that it's much harder to see pedestrians at the moment. So for drivers, just slow down. I think a few of the people in the video said just slow down. You don't need to get there 2, 3, 4 minutes earlier. Just take your time. And for the pedestrians, just wear something that's bright. Wear something so that you can be seen. We often wear all black and we go out, we have dark clothes, dark jackets. So for drivers, it's impossible to see them. Cyclists, I cycle to work. I look like a Christmas tree actually on my bike. I have lights everywhere, but nobody will ever say, "Oh, I didn't see her." So, so I do make myself look a bit of a worry, really. But I get noticed.
If it's to be safe, it's worth it, isn't it?
And the other thing, obviously, with the party season, if there's sort of 3 things I was saying, as I say, it's be safe, be seen. As I say, think about what you're wearing yourself, but also with the party season coming up, think about how you're getting home. I'd never say, oh, be a real bore, don't ever have a drink. If you're going to go out and have a drink, don't have your car. So it's really it's all the things we know, really.
Who would you say is the most vulnerable on the roads?
Young drivers are vulnerable because they're inexperienced, they've just started driving, and they do rate higher in the collision figures and the casualty figures. Also, it's pedestrians, cyclists and motorcyclists. A lot of local authorities do extra work for them. So if your viewers wanted to have a look on their local websites, their local council websites, there's bike safe training for motorcyclists, there's cycle training and route planning, finding better routes for cyclists. And we do a lot of work within schools as well for children, just reminding them, whatever age you are, stop, look and listen. That never changes.
Definitely. And all the helmets and stuff that we should advise people still quite reluctant to wear those when they're cycling.
It's one of those, there's a big debate about whether you should or whether you shouldn't wear a cycle helmet. I wear a cycle helmet the same as I wear a seatbelt when I get into the car. Some cyclists sort of think, well, it's not going to make an accident not happen. No, it's not. Training is probably the most important thing you ever do. Making sure that you're riding in the right place, that you're not, snuck right up next to the curb. Take the lane a little bit. The reason for drivers, the reason cyclists take the lane is so that when you overtake them, you've actually got to go past them, not sneak past them and make them wobble. So it really is about claiming the lane for cyclists and for drivers to be really aware of what cyclists are doing in front of them.
And even not to get distracted, and also to think of consequences. Because, for example, I haven't spoken about this before on the show, but my grandfather was actually killed. He was riding his bike and he got hit by a driver. This was in Cyprus. And it's like the lady came to the funeral because she felt so bad. And when I just saw her, she was just there on her knees begging for forgiveness and everything. It's like, I felt sorry for her because I know it was an accident. It wasn't, she didn't do it on purpose, obviously, but to see the effect on her as well, and how the state that she was in, It's things that we don't think about when on the road sometimes, but sometimes just thinking ahead of what could happen and the consequences and how you feel with, if you are in an accident. Also, we need to think about all of that stuff.
There used to be an advert, a Department for Transport advert, and wherever the driver went, he saw the young boy lying. So when he was cleaning his teeth, the young boy was lying by the sink. When he went to work, the young boy was lying under his desk.
Was really hard to see.
It was awful. And I used to do a lot of work with drink drivers, and every one of them would mention that advert and just saying that they would find it really hard to live with themselves if that happened. We don't really use the word accident in road safety fields anymore, because most accidents are somehow preventable. Sometimes it is that we're just going 32 or 33 in a 30, or 25 miles an hour in a 20 mile an hour zone, or we're changing the CD over, or just having a look at a quick message on our phone, or as we said before about just being distracted. So accidents aren't generally accidents. We can prevent them if we just take more care.
Now, something as well about pedestrians, something that I notice a lot while people are crossing a road, they're on their phones, checking their emails, checking things, and sometimes they don't even look to see if any cars are coming. They just walk across because they're just so into what they're doing on social media or something. That must be a big thing as well.
It is, just distractions from your phone, from having headphones in as well, so you don't even hear if somebody's tooting you. So you're checking your emails, you've got your music on, and quite often you've got your cup of coffee in your hand as well, and you're rushing. So put that all together, you know what's going to happen. There was another advert actually that I've seen, and it's a foreign one, and they take all the phone numbers of somebody sitting in a cinema, and they text them all. So there's an advert going on, and it's a car driving along, and they text everybody, and at that moment everybody goes to look at their phone, and the car smashes and hits the tree, and it is so powerful. I think maybe we should be running that in our cinemas.
That's really good. I mean, I know that sometimes, because the one you mentioned before of the little boy, I found that really disturbing when I saw it. But at the same time, it really does make you think. And there was another one a couple of years ago. I think it was when a guy was on his way home and he was on the phone to his girlfriend, and then he crashed because he was distracted. Even from that day, actually, from when I saw that advert, I stopped calling my husband. Like if he phoned me, for example, I always say to him, "Get off the phone, I want you to concentrate." But that really actually changed my behaviour in that respect.
I think there's what you've just said there is you can be powerful even if you're not the driver or the passenger or the pedestrian. You can influence others. There's a big drink drive campaign at the moment, obviously because of the Christmas period. And I was talking to my son, and he was saying that if a friend of his got up having had a drink and got the keys, he'd think, "What on earth are you doing?" And I won't say exactly what he'd say because it might not be the right language, but it'd be like, "Don't ever get in the car." And so you can have sort of peer pressure that's positive. And the advert at the moment is Cool and the Gang, and it's to Celebration. And so you see all of the people singing the words to the advert, and they're obviously trying to save somebody's life, and then they do the knock at the door. So anybody you know that you think actually you're making a few mistakes on the road, just tell them. If you can see it, often you don't see it yourself, but if you can see somebody's making a mistake, just have a word with them and tell them to take care.
All right, so let's look out for each other. Thank you so much, Liz. That was so useful. I'm sure viewers have benefited from that.
I hope so. Thank you.
Alrighty, so do stay tuned, because after the break we'll have self-development coach Chris Browne, who'll be helping us find the positives within our own name, and I'll also be answering a question from a viewer.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to the show. So we're now in the self-development clinic with Chris Browne. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Chrissy. Do you know what? That was really interesting earlier on. The whole thing about the road traffic and all that area as well. Very interesting. I'm sure a lot of people are going to start thinking and,
We've got to share that everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Should we answer a question from a viewer first of all?
Go.
This one's from James, and he says, "Hi, Chrissy. I feel very embarrassed to say this, but my wife abuses me. She puts me down in front of my friends, throws things at me when she does not get her own way, or if I come home late from work. Even if I call first, she says I'm not being considerate to her or the kids. I love my wife very much, but this is getting too much now. And sometimes I feel like taking my kids and going somewhere far away. I've spoken to her about her behaviour. It changes for a while, but then she goes back to being her old self. Okay, so James, I'm really sorry to hear that's what's been happening in your house. First of all, there's absolutely no excuse for someone to be abusive, so it's definitely not something that anyone should learn to live with. So it's good that you are actually, concerned about it and want to see a change. Now, I would say, first of all, is this abnormal behaviour from your wife? For example, was she okay? Were you getting along well before this time that you've been together? Now all of a sudden she's behaving this way? Or is it something that's always been, a part of her? So I would say if it's abnormal behaviour, then obviously there's something going on, there's something wrong. Maybe she's going through a problem, an issue that she hasn't actually spoken to you about. So you really need to, I think, sit down with her and say, look, this is unacceptable. I'm not going to put up with this anymore. And tell me what's going on. And if, for example, it's something deep-rooted and she needs some kind of counselling, then obviously that's something that maybe the two of you could go together for. Now, on the other hand, if this is something that's been with your wife, she's been like this from the beginning, from when you first met, and it's getting too much, again, maybe you've tried to speak to her already, like you said, I would probably, if I were in your shoes, give her an ultimatum that if she didn't change, then I wouldn't stay with her. If it was the other way around. I don't know what you think, Chris. Well, obviously, the person has to try and get help first of all. I'm not saying just give up on the relationship, but if it's harming the husband, if it's harming the partner, it's harming the kids, especially, something has to be done.
And I'm looking at it and I wonder if within his wife, if there is some unforgiveness issue which has been going on between the two of them already, and she has actually moved on from it. But it definitely needs professional help to find out what's exactly going on.
Definitely.
And why is she blaming him for whatever, and it's just coming out that way.
I mean, sometimes people get into relationships and they see signs, this is male or female, they see signs of abusive nature, and when they see that, they break it off. Others think, maybe I can change the person, and and they carry on with that relationship, and then it just becomes worse. So in that case, I would say, if those kind of cases, the person's always been like that, I would personally move on. I wouldn't hesitate. But if, as I said, if it's something that is out of character, that's not the husband I know, that's not the person I know, then something's going on. That person really needs to get help. But
it sounds like they've been together for a while or so. So I suppose it's very hard to just move on in that sense. So counselling would be the best, and find out what's going on with her exactly, if she'll accept that or not. Throw something at him for saying that, Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty, so I hope that helps. And if you guys at home have a question for me, you can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv. So, what's the positives in our name?
Right, the positive in our name. What we're talking about is sort of rebranding your name, rewriting it, because names do actually hold a lot of power and about someone's character and who they are. But sometimes you might have had some issue way back before where, automatically everybody says your surname, that person, or remember that time when da-da-da. All these little things are attached to that name at the end of the day. It's fun at first, but it actually can have a bearing on the individual. So what we're talking about is wiping that slate clean, rebrand your name, find another meaning behind your name, and I'm talking about your surname. Right? So when we talk about rebrand your name, let's say like an acronym, like I'll throw up my own name first, and then we'll kind of play with a few others and see what we do, right? So when I was doing this, I've done this before in a few talks, and my name is Browne.
With an E.
You got it. I was just about to say
Browne
that.
With an
Thank
E.
you very much.
Yes.
You know, the worst thing is when somebody spells it and they don't put an E at the end and they think you're making a big deal about it.
That's an extra characteristic that they've just dropped.
Of course it is, yes. E, right. Okay, so it's Browne. B-R-O-N-E. E.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about
You've
like an
got the
acronym.
W.
Sorry?
You forgot the W.
Didn't I? B-R-O-W-N-E. Didn't I say that?
Did I say that? Did he say W? I didn't hear him.
Gosh, that'll be the first time in life. Did I say W? I did say a W.
All right. Go on.
Okay, let's go with it. All right, so let's talk about a B, right? Now, when we talk about B, I'm going to put meaning behind that B.
Okay.
Right? And we're going to do this after with people at home and do that with their own names, but let me just go through it. So we're talking about B, right? So what I always put behind it is be expectant of miracles, Sometimes you wake up in the morning and feeling this, be expectant.
Blimey, you put a whole sentence behind it.
Yeah, I put a whole sentence behind it. Be expectant.
It's just going to give me one word. It's like,
No, it actually goes a lot longer than that, actually, but I just cut it down today, right? So be expecting of miracles, right? It's just positive. Your attitude of your mind, the way you think straight away. So you're thinking that, and that's your surname. It's going to ring something through to you straight away. So R, right? Round up enough information for your journey. So I know that, well, straight away, well, like anybody, you go to take a journey, you've got to pack your bag, take the right thing. You've got your goals already, where you're going, so you need to get the information to go with it, right? Okay? Sounds long. I know you're thinking, well, when it comes around,
we're going to run out of time. We've got 4 minutes left.
Okay, so let's talk about, we could talk about observing, right? Observing greatness. Mentors. Getting the right mentor, that sort of thing. Observing greatness. W, winner's mentality. With me, right? N, nothing but your best. So nothing less than your best, actually. Let's put it that way, right? Okay. Sorry, did I go W? Yeah, I just went W, didn't I? Spelling my own name now, right? Okay.
I don't know what you've done, actually. I'm confused.
Nothing but your best. All right. E, excellence. Spirit of excellence. Yes.
Now, are you choosing things that you know is like a part of you already, or stuff that you strive to be?
Here we go. My thinking, obviously, is to do with development, and it's always looking for a positive avenue.
Okay.
Right, at the end of the day, we spill this water here, it's going to find a way to get down there. So that's my thinking. I'm programmed that way already, right? So what I'm doing, I'm picking up the things that are going to enhance that more of the direction I'm going. If I was doing something else in another field, probably different. But I'd actually say to everyone, pick those ones that you're actually going for, the goals, which actually encompass who you are at the end of the day. So let's just say we did your name now, your surname, right? Budram. Yep, okay. B-O-O-D. Am I spelling it right?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, you're looking at me like,
Because I'm trying to think what on earth am I going to say?
R-A-M, right? So we'll go through that one quite quickly. So let's try with a B there, right? Now, my one was be expectant. Let's just throw some up. We could try some. B, be your best. Be your best. That's you already. You know that you've got to be your best at everything you do.
Yeah.
Right? So let's go with an O. You want to try one out?
No,
try
not O.
No? Budram?
No, I said not O.
Oh, not O.
I can't think of anything for O.
I thought you said spelling this one. Right. Let's say.
This is hard.
Not really. If we just let go and think of the things that you actually want. Okay. So all right. I went for observation. Right.
Yeah,
You've got another one on there. Right. O, opportunities. Right. We've got O, opportunities. Capital O, always seeking out the opportunities.
Could we do my first
right.
name instead?
Right. You want to do your first name instead? Let's try that.
Chrissy.
Right? Let's try Chrissy. All right. Let's throw some up. All right. We're going to throw some. Right. This is off the cuff, straight ahead. Right.
Challenges are good for
Challenges are good, yes. C, straight away, right? What are we going to do with the H?
H.
H, you think of the way you think. H.
Give me a word with H.
H.
See, everyone's looking confused, it's not just me.
Everyone throw an H in there, all right.
Help.
Happy.
Hope. Happy, definitely
Hope.
happy.
Yes, those were
Help.
some good ones. We got some help there.
Help others.
Yes, exactly.
Which is what I do.
R.
Reach out.
Reaching out
and
to touch
save
others.
the world.
Yes. I. Intelligence. Right.
Oh, thank you.
Intelligence. Right. Okay.
Which one is I need to be intelligent?
No.
Right,
intelligent. Come on. Right. And we got an S. Success. Right.
There's 2 S's.
Right. We've got 2 S's. Let's do another S then. Thanks. Right. So we've got success, and we've got surety. Being sure about what you're doing, sure in everything you do. So we got it there, and we got a Y. You.
I like that.
Yeah. So all right. So we just did that one, right? And we just did it off the top of our heads.
30 seconds.
But what I'd actually say, okay, within these 30 seconds, what I'd say to somebody at home to actually look at their own surname. We had fun with it, but look at your surname and just think about really the positives that you can actually add to that. Write them out. Meditate on them. Look back at them. Embrace them. That's who you are at the end of the day.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Fun.
Alrighty, so we are going to go to a quick break. And after the break, we will be speaking to Charlene, who's going to be telling us all about her singing career and also performing for us at the end of the show.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. So now I'd like to introduce the lovely Charlene to the show. Hello, Charlene.
Hi, Chrissy.
How are you, my darling?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, so we are going to talk all about your singing and your songwriting today.
Wonderful.
So where did it all start? Did you always know from a young age that you wanted to sing?
I didn't actually. The thing I really wanted to do was be a lawyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you always say the other way around.
I know,
You just say
I know.
like, oh, I got forced to do this and really I wanted to sing.
No,
Okay.
so I kind of do that on the side. But I started singing in church, like most people, and then was in girl groups and was in a band at uni, did some bits with friends, like released a few funky house tracks, which was really fun.
Yeah.
And then it was really when I moved back down to London that I decided that I wanted to take it a lot more seriously.
What prompted that decision though? Because you were doing other things as well before.
Aside from like my studying.
To actually go really full into singing.
It's something that I've always really enjoyed doing, but I'd always done it on the side as a hobby. And I thought, I'm in London. If you can't do it here, where can you do it? You know, if I'm going to go for it, you know, this is the perfect place.
Was it a scary decision, would you say? Like putting it on the line?
No, it's probably been a great decision. And as I say, the way it came about was incredibly unexpected. I was at a gig for my birthday with friends watching Konya Doss, and she invited an audience member up onto stage.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be me, but my friends forced me. So by that point, it was too late. Slightly embarrassing because I didn't actually know all the words to one of her songs. So I'm singing and she's like whispering lyrics into my ear as I try to sing. Yeah. And then from there, I met some people afterwards. Okay. And the rest is history.
So it was just one little opportunity that you went for then, and that sort of brought lots of things to you.
I really got my family and friends to thank because I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to watch. But
wow. So then what happened after that? How did things progress for you?
Then I recorded a song called Second Nature, and that was put onto a compilation album called Soul Independence. And then from there, I started working on my album, Good Day. Okay. So it's been
how was
really
that?
great.
What was that like doing your first album?
Oh, do you know, it was just the most wonderful feeling knowing that I was in the studio, I'd written these songs, working with wonderful producers, and knowing that I was actually making something for me that I could put my name to, and it was my work. So yeah, it was really, really special.
What do you love most about singing though?
The feeling that I get when I do it, but also the feeling that other people get. Because for me, music is love. As cheesy as that sounds, I love music, and it just has such a wonderful impact on people when they hear it. So if I can do that through my singing, then I've
so
done my
your
job.
lyrics are normally quite positive then?
Yeah.
Like you're right.
Yeah.
So not depressing songs about sort of breakups and stuff?
I mean, there are a couple of breakup songs, but there's a positive spin on.
Oh, good.
You
That's like the show. We always got a
exactly.
positive spin on everything.
You've got to see the good in everything. So.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So tell us about what Good Day is about, apart from the obvious. Just like having a good day or having a bad day and turning it into a good day?
Just really having a good day, everything goes your way, you get a seat on the tube, if all the traffic lights are green, you get to leave work early, you go out with your friends, you have fun. Okay. Just like how a typical summer's day would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, just talking about summer's day, because I was speaking to someone a bit earlier, and she said she's quite depressed because it's winter and she doesn't like the weather and stuff. But you can have a good day even in this weather.
Yeah, you can still have a good day.
Lovely day. I can't get depressed by the weather. So, what are your future plans, Charlene?
I'm doing some more gigs. I've got some things coming up in Italy, which I'm really, really excited about. Really looking forward to that. And I also I'm recording my second album at the moment, which is really fun. And as I say, just more gigs coming up.
Yeah. Now you've worked with a few well-known people as well, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I've been very lucky. I recorded a track with Omar this year, which I'm really excited about. Yeah. And I did a support slot for the Flow Assist at the Jazz Cafe fairly recently.
Brilliant. What was that like for you? Was it?
Wow. It was. Oh my God. Pretty much. It was overwhelming. Like just being there, watching her rehearse, because like having that view of things, like being behind the scenes, experiencing everything. But she is an absolutely fantastic artist. The way she engaged with the crowd and commanded the audience and just got everyone involved. Like, I learnt so much just from watching her. She's brilliant.
Charlene, I wish you all the best for the future, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more from you. Thank you. Okay, so Charlene will be performing for us in just a little while. I'm just going to wrap up the show now, so if you want any information about any of our guests today on the show, do visit the website, chrissybshow.tv. And if you'd like to email me personally, maybe you have a success story that you'd like to share, you can do so on chris@chrissybshow.tv. But now, let's go over to Charlene with Good Day.
Morning with such a good feeling. Pulled back my curtains, the sun was streaming in. It was my first kiss of the day. Sun literally kissed my body. Yeah. On my way to work, I got a seat on clients were happy. As my reward, I got to leave early. Beautiful, balmy evening, cool summer breeze. Called up my friends to see what was good. They all were free, and so we hit the club. It was 2 after 2 and pure summer blues, and that's when I knew today is gonna be one of those good days when all of my troubles melt away and everything seems to go my way. Today is gonna be one of those good days when all of my troubles melt away and everything seems to go my way. I feel so happy, the sun is smiling at me. Clear skies are blue and the birds are singing me tunes. I feel so free, I know no boundaries. I'm ready to take on the world, feel just like a little girl. Today is gonna be one of those good days when all of my troubles melt away and everything seems to go my way. Today is gonna be one of those good days when all of my troubles melt away and everything seems to go my way. Today is gonna be one of those good days when all of my troubles melt away and everything seems to go my way. Today is gonna be one of those good days when all of my troubles melt away and everything seems to go my way. Today is gonna be one of those good days when all of my troubles melt away and everything seems to go my way. Today is gonna be one of those good days when all of my troubles melt away and everything seems to go my way.